You're watching KOIN 6 News at 6, watching out for you.
All I ask is that leadership show up. If it's hard to be brave, I'm willing to provide some of my courage.
That was the business owners in Portland's Old Town neighborhood drawing a line in the sand earlier this week. At a news conference, they called on the public to come see how the homeless crisis has tarnished that Portland neighborhood. And today, we took them up on that offer. It is 6 o'clock. Good evening. I'm Jeff Gianola.
And I'm Elizabeth Din. Liz Birch walked the streets with that hotel owner. She joins us live now with what she learned. Liz?
Jeff and Liz, we wanted to take her up on her offer. So she showed us not only the area surrounding her hotel, we also went on a walk around Old Town so we could see what she sees daily. Jessie Burke is encouraged by the change she sees just in the last few days around her hotel.
I'm pleased with the updates and fairly immediate action and the support that we got.
She thinks the cleanup is a direct result of the press conference she held earlier this week, calling on city and county leaders to get a handle on graffiti and crime here. But as she and her friend Carrie Som, who also works around here, take us around the neighborhood, it's clear much of Old Town is still struggling. Som tells me about some of what she's seen on this corner just in the past few weeks.
2 weeks ago, I was walking right over here and there was a young mother with her 3 children walking on this sidewalk. And she had 2 super young kids that were probably 6 and under, and then she had a baby on her hip. And as she walked by this encampment over here, 2 men with hatchets started chasing each other and fighting and screaming. And I immediately went over and put myself between this woman and her children.
As she's telling us about the incident, we're interrupted.
I was more concerned about her safety and her getting her children to safety.
In case you're wondering, a motorcycle just went behind you
Yeah.
on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk, yes. No big deal.
As we continue to walk, they point out large chunks of the sidewalk missing and say people are stealing bricks from the ground.
And that's like the main source of broken windows right now.
One restaurant was using packing tape to try to keep their shattered window together. They say the violence and vandalism are driving out many businesses. We keep going and see rows of tents still line some streets. We stop at a skate shop. Employees there tell Burke it was just shot. We still hear glass crackling around this bullet hole. Burke says she's heard shootings in the past.
It's like chaos reigns and it is lawless. It's true, and I think the thing that's really hard is that you feel city infrastructures exist like this, and we live here because there's sort of a social contract and a rule of law, and we don't get that all the time here, and so then it's like we just live in chaos.
You couldn't see this in our story, but I can tell you while we were walking around, the sidewalks smelled like human waste. They say often on Monday mornings they're also covered in vomit. So we mentioned at the top of the show that Jessie held that press conference and had demands for city leaders. You can read her demands. You can also see what city leaders had to say in response on KOIN.com. Live in Portland, Liz Birch, KOIN 6 News.
Liz, thank you.